Hey, Cub fans! Thanks for tuning in, Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs with delight and optimism. And another reason for optimism is the trade that just happened. We brought over a couple of players that should be helpful. And in this episode, we're going to talk about one of them, Michael Busch. And I did some digging, I did some looking, I dumped over the bucket, went through the nuts and bolts, and I think I got my head around it. So I think I can give you kind of an idea. But let's slow down a little bit. Let's just go, let's start from the beginning. Michael James Busch, born November 9th, 1997, so he's 26 years old. He hits left, throws right, 6'1", 210, so pretty good size young man. He's from Minnesota. Went to Simley High School in Inver Grove Heights in Minnesota, where he played football, hockey, and baseball. So probably a pretty tough guy. He was all-state as in baseball, and he was the fourth best player coming out of Minnesota, but he was not drafted that year coming out of high school in 2016. So he went to University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. 2017, he played 55 games, only hit .215 with 3 home runs as a freshman. Had a much better sophomore year in Chapel Hill. He started all 64 games, finished the season hitting .317, had 13 home runs in those 64 games. So he's just started to flash the power there as a sophomore at North Carolina. Had 63 RBI. Led the team to the NCAA tournament, and in the regionals that year, he hit .636 and was named the most valuable player of the Chapel Hill Regionals in the 2018 NCAA tournament. So now at that point, Michael Busch is on everybody's radar. So 2018 had a great sophomore season at North Carolina, and that summer he plays in the Cape Cod League and hit .322 and had 6 home runs that year in the summer during the Cape Cod League. So at this point, clearly Michael Busch is he's a player who's got potential, and everybody's looking at it. At the end of his junior year, he was preseason All-American. He hit .284 with 16 home runs over 65 games as a junior in 2019, and then the Dodgers selected him with the 31st overall pick that summer in July of 2019. He signed with the Dodgers, got a $2.31 million signing bonus. So it was really quick for him. In 2018, coming into the 2018 as a sophomore, he had only hit .215, 3 home runs, so just another freshman. Then came on the scene in 2018, and then by summer 2019, he's drafted, signs a $2.3 million signing bonus. So sort of skyrocketed for Michael. Made his pro debut in 2019. He only played 10 games in that farm system that first season. Then he played in the Arizona Fall League in the fall of 2019. And this may be why things slowed down. He's 26 years old and still a prospect. In fact, he is currently listed as the Cubs' number 3 prospect. And he got kind of a late start, right? Not a great freshman year in college. Then did well as a sophomore, as a junior, got drafted. Just played in 10 games in the farm system in 2019. Then didn't play at all in 2020. So it starts to make sense, right? Michael is a 26-year-old. We'll call him a rookie. And sort of had a slow start, and then the slow start combined with the 2020 year where he didn't play at all, I think slowed things down. So 2021, he started the season with Double-A Tulsa, the Drillers of Tulsa, and he had a good year. He played in the Futures game in 2021 in June at Coors Field. In 2021 at Double-A, he hit .267, but he had 20 home runs, 67 RBI, and was a Double-A All-Star in 2021. 2022, he returned initially to the Double-A Tulsa team, but in just over 31 games, he hit .306 with 11 homers. So they promoted him to their Triple-A team in Oklahoma City, the Oklahoma City Dodgers, where he hits .266, but he hits 21 home runs and has 79 RBI in just 11 games. So in that 2022 season, he hits 32 home runs between Double-A Tulsa and Triple-A Oklahoma City. Following the season of 2022, November 15th, Dodgers put him on the 40-man to protect him from the Rule 5 draft. So Dodgers sort of made the commitment. They put him on the 40-man not that long ago, just November of 2022, so a little over a year ago. Well, Dodgers are loaded, so he starts 2023 season back in Oklahoma City, and he got called up on April 25th, and he debuted on that day as a DH against the Pirates. Now, you probably have heard, because that's been a lot of the talk, his major league experience of 27 games really didn't go well. He hit 167, had 2 home runs, but his experience with the Dodgers it didn't go well. So he played 27 games. 13 of those games he played at third base. 4 of those games he played at first. He played 1 game at second, and he DH'd 8 times for the Dodgers. But he played most of the season in 2023 in the Dodgers minor league system, and he was the Dodgers minor league player of the year in 2023. He hit .323 and had 27 home runs with 90 RBI in 98 games. Led his AAA team, the Oklahoma City Dodgers, to the Pacific Coast League Championship. And he was the Pacific Coast League MVP in 2023 and left as the top prospect in all of this Pacific Coast League. So Michael Busch, top prospect, to me, did everything that you can do. Won the Pacific Coast League Championship. Was the MVP of the Pacific Coast League, top prospect, hit 27 home runs, .323, 90 RBIs, 98 games. That's really good. So I know when it happened, I think everybody sort of focused on that slash line that he put up with the Dodgers, but I think the bigger picture is let's look at the numbers that he put up here in the most recent time from his college. Probably sophomore year in 2018 to what he's done up to this point. Pretty impressive. So, we gave up Jackson Ferris, who is I was high on Jackson, as you guys probably know if you saw the video I did a few weeks ago on the 6 intriguing prospects. Jackson was on that list, and I really liked him. So when this trade first happened, I was like, oh man, Jackson Ferris, I really hated to see him go. But now that I've had time to look through it, I don't know. I think maybe we got a better prospect here. Age difference, 26 years old compared to Jackson Ferris is 19 years old, so we won't know for a while. But I think I'm all in. I think I'm good. I think I like it. So now that he's with us, what do we do? What is the situation? So let's take a look at Michael Busch's 4 seasons in the minors. Just some numbers. He played 357 games, had 1,640 plate appearances, 1,375 at-bats, had a total of 389 hits, 91 doubles, 79 home runs, walked 216 times, struck out 389. His slash for the whole minor league career was .283 with a .390 on-base percentage, slugged .529 for an OPS of .919. During his minor league career, he played mostly second base. In fact, he played second base in the minor leagues mostly until 2023. The last half of the 2023 minor league season is when they moved him to third base. He didn't play third base in college at all. He played first base, left field, DH. So Michael Busch didn't. We sort of thought, oh, third baseman, here he comes, but I'm going to suggest not. So in 61 games at third, he had a fielding percentage of .920, and he made 13 errors in his 61 games at third. And like I said, played 13 games in his 27 games with the Dodgers, but I don't know. Third base doesn't seem like he's very comfortable. In the 25 games that he played at second base, had a .990 fielding percentage, only made one error. So clearly way more comfortable at second base than he is at third. With the Dodgers, he played the 4 games at first, 1 game at second, 13 games at third, DH'd 8 times in left, and had an .822 fielding percentage with the Dodgers in those 13 games at third. So, okay, now we've got him. Let's just take a step back, and I want to look at him from a scouting perspective. He is currently number 3 prospect, even though the Cubs put him. He's on the 40-man roster, so they put him on immediately. Everybody seems to think that he's going to be on the opening day lineup. He's going to get some play. He's going to play. He's going to play somewhere. So knowing that, let's look at what the scouting report would be on him. We'll take the scouting numbers first. He has an overall of 55, so he's rated above average. So where? Well, hitting and power. He's a hitter. He's a pure hitter. They rate him at 55 hit and 55 power. He's below average in speed, arm strength, and fielding abilities. So he's an offensive prospect. The scouts talk about him offensively as his a sweet lefty stroke, and I watched some video, and it is sweet. I mean, it's the kind of left-handed stroke that you wish you had. I think just really a sweet-looking stroke. He's patient. He's got good balance. His hand-eye coordination is off the charts. He's got both bat speed and strength, and he's going to hit for average and power. So the Dodgers organization compared him to Max Muncy, but they also called him a better pure hitter than Max Muncy. Okay. And so where are you going to play him? Well, defensively, he's fringy speed, fringy arm strength, but the organization said that he's been improving it. His quickness and his arm strength are getting better. And they refer to him as an adequate defender at second base, but that the game speeds up on him at third. Okay. So he's probably best suited for first base and DH, especially at this point, and can play left field too. They think he's very serviceable in left field. So, that's what he is. I think when it first happened, everybody, because he was listed as a third baseman, and I think everybody was thinking, well, can he play third? Are we out of the Matt Chapman discussion? Are we moving Christopher Morel? Right, this was a lot. This just happened within 24 hours. So it's to me, I'm like, well, I don't think any of those things are true because I can't see us plugging him in at third base, out of spring training and giving me the keys to that. It doesn't make sense that would happen. So, but I think you're going to see him at DH. I think you're going to see him at first base. He may plug and play a little bit with Happ in left. I don't know, but he's going to get some at bats. They're going to see it. So. Very similar. I'll thought Christopher Morel, a right-handed version of power, bat speed. He's going to be a more disciplined hitter than Christopher. His strikeout rate shouldn't be as high. So I think we've got a really good hitter. It's going to be really fun to watch him and see where the Cubs position him. But he's here. Welcome to the Chicago Cubs. Michael Busch. We look forward to watching you play, and we'll get to very soon. It's on the way. So there's the sort of the initial profile of our new Sweet Swingin Lefty, Michael Busch. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you very soon. Go Cubs, go!